Word, yeah. I've had a lot of thought about this. I am also non-binary, so like that is a different level. I mean, frequently I read as female, so I, move through different spaces in different ways. And fabrication also is another field that's like specifically very specific type of person usually. Um, I think that it's important. Like, there's a whole bunch of aspects that are important. I think that remembering why it's important for underrepresented voices to be in a space where, like engineering, especially, where it's a field that makes a lot of sort of the decisions around building sort of technology around us that has such an enormous effect on what what we do. As engineers and computer scientists and stuff like that, who are building a lot of these apps or like, devices that are like their phones and stuff like that that are that can really sort of change or like depending on what people view as the important or what their experience or background is, they might be more or less inclined to design things a specific way that might leave out, other groups of people, or might think about, I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's like a bunch of engineering examples of like stuff that was clearly not designed by anybody who had any understanding of like how this system actually operates in somebody's real life, and that can go for like identity or just like the Apple designers expect that they're always going to have this perfectly smooth, even concrete floor, and so they design something that has wheels and no wheel locks because they don't expect that it's going to roll off if you bring it into your apartment that's like wiggly jiggly floor. And that's like a designer versus like the rest of us thing, but it applies also to identity. Not finding the different ways, like not giving up, I guess. It's a kind of a crummy way of saying it, but like imposter syndrome is a really common thing among like women engineers, people of color who are interested in engineering or tech or science. And that imposter syndrome is like really when you like walk into a lecture that's like, 99 people and there's like 4 people who are not like some like nerdy white guys or something, and you're like, not only do I not belong here, but also like I'm probably dumber than these other people or whatever. So like that can really get in your head, and trying to remember that everybody else is, there's no like actual difference intelligence wise or ability wise with these respects, and that like it is really important that I'm here. Those are important things. Yeah, it's hard in engineering. Also, there's sort of a weed out culture in a lot of science and engineering classes, especially at larger schools, where like everybody gets a D, but then it's like curved up, and that can really kind of like make people who are already feeling a little bit unsure about the field to be like, no, never mind, like this is crazy, and I don't want to deal with it. And it's sort of it's an unjust system because it really favors people who already think that they're supposed to be here, and really adverse, like amplifies the effect of like people who are like a little bit like, society tells me that this is maybe not